It was my lifetime ambition to have a school of my own. In 1989, I started the school from my house in one room. I had one room and an office, and children started coming in with their parents, and parents liked the atmosphere so much that they started admitting their toddlers. I started the school in April with only 7 children, and by the end of the year in December, I had more than 40 children. So this was the beginning of my little school, which was called Toddlers Ashiana in 1989. Then, to make my school more popular, since I was oriented more towards environment and sciences, I held a science competition, inter-school science competition, even though my school had only toddlers, but the inter-school science competition was open to all the schools of Chandigarh. And children participated with a lot of enthusiasm because in 1989, no school had any science activities in their labs. And this was brought to the notice even to the science activities of Punjab, and I was offered several openings came my way, and from the Punjab Scientific Association, they lent me a telescope, they lent me a planetarium, and I allowed children from all the schools of Chandigarh to come and watch the planetarium, and children were very happy. Even at night, children were coming in to watch the skies through the telescope. I have always been oriented towards activities because children learn best when their studies are activated towards activities, and they retain much better as well. As I started expanding the school in the house, I had around 400 children, and then the government offered me this property in 2002. I got the school and I started it in 2002 called Ashiana Public School. And over here also from day one, the admissions were excellent. The school rooms were always full of children. My approach towards education has always been activity oriented, that whatever we teach the children, we have to demonstrate and make them participate in the experiments, in activities related to whichever subject they are taught, whether it be science, whether it be social studies, or even maths. Even in maths, we have a maths lab where the children can learn better through the lab. And from this year, we will also be introducing abacus to the children because it's very, very important for children to be really good in maths. And the only way to make all the children do well in maths and get 100% marks is by starting them through abacus. So classes 1 and 2 will be starting with abacus this year as well. Our education through CBSE has always been through all the NEP guidelines we have been following. We have been skill development we have been following, because when we teach children skills, it prepares them for their future. Their lives as adults also, they can be entrepreneurs, they can establish themselves in their own work. So skill development along with activity-oriented learning, creativity is all very important. Today, in fact, I have organized a creative session for the parents and children. Parents don't really realize how they can keep their children busy. And these are different activities by way of which children can be kept busy at home, because since the pandemic, children have been more oriented towards using mobile phones and the internet. And this is very, very disturbing. It's all right, internet is useful, it is handy, but for children to be sitting on the internet or sitting with mobile phones for hours on end and playing games on the mobile phones is not okay as per me. They ruin their eyes, they go into depression. They need to have an activity-oriented life. They need to have sports, they need to have games, they need to have creativity. And that is what we are doing in Ashiana. We have all the games possible in the school. We have dancing, we have Zumba, we have yoga, We have monkey gymnastics for the little children, which probably most people have not even heard of. And all the games children are allowed to participate every day. It's not that you just select one game and you're just participating in that game once a week. Our children, all the children go through a session with all the games every week. And every day we have activity periods for the children, because it's not possible to have the children just studying all day and writing all day. The activities have to be interspersed with sports and dancing and yoga as well. When we have our school functions, we have all the children perform on stage. We do not select the best. Every child goes on stage to perform, and this gives them tremendous amount of confidence. When they face an audience and say their dialogues in front of the audience, it gives them a lot of strength and confidence. We are very, very particular about the environment. Wastage of water, wastage of electricity is very, very sternly dealt with. We do have sessions of tree planting in the right season in July and February, which we did even last year in August. We planted more than 100 trees. And again, by the end of February, March, we will be planting some trees and giving some plants to the children to plant, so that the awareness builds up amongst the children also that they have to save the environment, they have to propagate trees wherever possible. If they don't have houses where they can grow trees, they can go and plant trees in the park and take care of those trees. And children are very, very enthusiastic about planting of trees. Our children participate in the state level and the national level competitions also, and they have won prizes and come back with laurels. And our school had also gone for a competition organized by CII, and it was an environment-based competition where all India level our school came 5th in the environment competition, which was held in Hyderabad. And CII also organized an entrepreneurial competition between the schools of Chandigarh, and our school topped in that competition. And I wish CII would organize more such interesting competitions, because it is important for children to have interesting competitions for them. And we follow NEP guidelines. NEP means that we have to teach every subject has to be intertwined with each other and through activities. And we are very particular. One day a week for the smaller children up to class 5 is oriented only towards NEP way of learning. And that has really shown, and that is a day where children are all present. No child is absent on the activity day, because they know lots of interesting things are going to happen that day. So that only shows that children learn through creativity, children learn through interaction, children learn through development of skills. And that is what we are aiming at and have been working on. And we are applying for recognition for classes 11th and 12th this year. And hopefully we will be adding class 11 this year with our fingers crossed. And for the future, I wish and hope that Ashiana reaches to be the best school of Chandigarh, and all the children get good prizes and laurels, achieve laurels in their future life as well. Thank you so much.